Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. So it looks like former president is going to be facing 30 counts related to business fraud in this indictment. So CNN is reporting that former president is going to be indicted on 30 counts this coming Tuesday. So the former president is expected to be arraigned in Manhattan criminal court next Tuesday, but the timing for the appearance remains fluid. The investigation by the Manhattan District Attorney's Office began when former president was still in the White House and relates to a $130,000 payment made by the former president's then personal attorney, Michael Cohen, to Daniels in late October 2016, days before the 2016 presidential election, to silence her from going public about an alleged affair with the former president a decade earlier. The former president has denied the affair. So it looks like some form of accountability is going to be had here because former president has been indicted because this investigation has been underway since the election, it appears. And let's see. So I guess they were just trying to clarify what role the former president played before they were able to decision what charges. I mean, wow, that is a long time. 2016, we're in 2023. I find it interesting that the investigation took this long. I wonder if they were allowing him to kind of dig himself further into this or if they were just doing more research. That's a long time to do some research though. So what charges are at play? A target in the probe has been the payment made to Daniels and the former president's organization's reimbursement to Cohen. According to court filings, when Cohen faced federal criminal charges, the former president's organization executives authorized payments to him totaling $420,000 to cover his original $130,000 payment and tax liabilities and reward him with a bonus. The company noted that the reimbursements as a legal expense in its internal books. Wow, everybody is going down because everybody played a part. So they covered this up by documenting it as a legal expense. Wow. So former president still is denying any knowledge about this payment. So hush money payments aren't illegal. Ahead of the indictment, prosecutors were weighing whether to charge the former president with falsifying the business records of the Trump organization for how it reflected the reimbursement of the payment to Cohen, who said he advanced the money to Daniels. Falsifying business records is a misdemeanor in New York. Okay. So I think the reason why it took so long is because they technically could not charge him because hush money payments are not really illegal. So they were trying to find something to charge him with. And so if hush money payments aren't illegal, what is the big hoorah about? I don't get it. Anyway, let's keep reading. Prosecutors were also weighing whether to charge Trump with falsifying business records in the first degree for falsifying a record with the intent to commit another crime or to aid or conceal another crime, which in the case could be a violation of campaign finance laws. And that's not my admission that hush money payments aren't illegal. It literally says that here. It says hush money payments aren't illegal. So that's why I'm wondering if hush money payments aren't illegal, what is the big thing? Anyway, let's see. Okay, so Trump so they were trying to figure out whether to charge him with falsifying business records in the first degree or falsifying record with the intent to commit another crime or to aid or conceal another crime, which in this case could be a violation of campaign finance laws. That is a Class E felony and carries a sentence of of a minimum of 1 year and as much as 4 years. To prove the case, prosecutors would need to show Trump intended to commit a crime. The judge overseeing the case against Trump signed off an order Thursday granting Bragg's request to publicly disclose the sealed grand jury indictment. Atop the order is the case named The People of the State of New York against Donald J. Trump. Judge Juan Merchant wrote in the order that the disclosure would be in the public interest and an appropriate exercise of this court's discretion, according to the document. Trump was caught off guard by the grand jury's decision to indict him, according to a person who spoke directly with him. While the former president was bracing for indictment last week, he began to believe the news reports that a potential indictment was weeks or more away. The former president has repeatedly denied wrongdoing in the matter and continued his attacks on Bragg and other Democrats following news of the indictment. I believe this witch hunt will backfire massively on Joe Biden, the former president said in a statement Thursday. The American people realize exactly what the radical left Democrats are doing. Here, everyone can see it. So our movement and our party, united and strong, will first defeat Alvin Bragg, and then we will defeat Joe Biden, and we are going to throw every last one of these crooked Democrats out of office so we can make America great again. So the former president has been asked to surrender Friday in New York, his lawyers said, but his defense said more time was needed, and he's expected in court on Tuesday. As for the former president's initial court appearance, it'll look in some ways like that of any other defendant, and in others look very different. First appearances are usually public proceedings. If an arrest of a defendant is not needed, arrangements are made with them or their lawyers for voluntary surrender to law enforcement. With their first appearance in court, defendants are usually booked and fingerprinted. And if a first appearance is also an arraignment, a plea is expected to be entered. Trump will have to go through certain processes that any other defendant must go through when a charge has been brought against them. But Trump's status as a former president who is currently running for the White House again will undoubtedly inject additional security and practical concerns around the next steps in his case. So apparently this is the first time in American history that a former president has faced criminal charges. So that alone makes this historic. But Trump is currently a few months into his third White House bid, and his criminal case jolts the 2024 presidential campaign into a new phase, as the former president has vowed to keep running in the face of criminal charges. So politically, what this means is so a lot of people are blaming Bragg for this and coming to Trump's defense. It looks like Judiciary Chairman Jim Jordan thinks this is outrageous. Senator Ted Cruz, a Texas Republican, called the indictment completely unprecedented and said it is a catastrophic escalation in the weaponization of the justice system. And as part of the response to the indictment, Trump and his team will be rolling out surrogates beginning to hit Democrats. The investigation of Bragg across various forms of media as they work to shape the public narrative across to sources close to Trump. So long story short, he can still run for president even though he's being indicted. I find this very interesting. From what I have read, I don't think that they have enough to where this will actually lead to like him being like sentenced and I don't know. I don't know, why did they take so long would be my question. Like they took like over 5 years. Like why didn't they do this when he was in office? I feel like enough information was there. I believe I saw Stormy Daniels coming out and doing interviews and everything like that. Why did they wait so long? Is the issue I'm kind of having as well. I don't think they have enough, and I think that's the reason why it took so long for this to take place. But then again, sometimes when things take longer, more information starts to come together. So because he may have been, fumbling around and trying to cover things up even more, knowing that the investigation was underway, and which could have led to more information being revealed, right? So, I mean, it could go either way. I don't think they have enough. I don't think that anything is going to happen, because I believe that at some point, Trump they were already trying to charge him with something that was like thrown out. I don't think anything's really going to happen. I think this is a show, and I think this is some sort of political thing, like one of the Republicans mentioned on Twitter. I don't think what Trump did was right, but hey, let me know what you think down below.